So this is kind of a hierarchy diagram invented by Dr. Theodore Williams from Purdue University. It was originally called the Purdue Reference Model, and now it has been adopted by an international standards body called ISA, and it's called the S95 model. So in this model, there are 5 levels to describe how systems hook up to each other. So I won't read them all to you. You can go look up the different acronyms, but essentially I'm going to draw some pictures here on how things hook up inside the manufacturing environment. In this PLC and automation layer, we have these devices called PLCs, and they're programmable logic controllers, and they tie into sensors out in the world or in the factory, or it could be in the oil gas field or wherever. Simple limit switch drawn here, but we're looking at thermocouples, pressure sensors, all kinds of inputs and outputs that tell us what's going on in the environment that we're monitoring, and then the PLC can make decisions about what to do in those situations. On top of that, we have PCs, my little PC with a keyboard here, and that PC is representing what's going on in the world through graphs, charts, diagrams, pictorial pictures of vats and tanks and pumps and lines. And so these are typically tied together on a network today's age. It's usually an Ethernet network. And that's how we're getting an idea of what's going on in the real world, in the factory, on the line, with the batch, etc. On top of that, we have now this more of a database architecture, higher level system called manufacturing execution systems, which is really why Flexware started 20 years ago, was to be an integrator in this MES space and including all of these other levels. And so we have these databases with lots of data in them, and collecting information about what's happening in the factory, in the environment. And then on up here with ERP, that's usually where your dollar signs are, your inventory, lots of things, everything, maintenance, all kinds of things are stored up in the enterprise resource planning space. And again, this is kind of the hierarchy of the systems inside the plants and the space that Flexware plays in. So one of the things that we did from a model perspective on top of this here at Flexware is we talk about 3 different kind of flows of information. There's a planning flow that really is how does a schedule or the demand for product flow down into the operator, down onto the shop floor, onto the factory floor. And so we talk about dispatching schedules, and maybe a schedule would show up here on an operator's terminal, what they're going to make, how many quantities they're going to make, things like that, and it would show up on these screens, and an operator would be able to start and stop orders, pause orders, or batches, things like that. We talk about an execution flow, which is kind of the next flow, and in execution, we're talking about information that's coming down out of these MES systems and ERP systems that tell us how to make the product that we're making. It might be work instructions, recipe, parameters, different maybe quality parameters and things like that would allow us to make a good quality product. And then the final flow is a monitoring flow, and that is where we're just really trying to see how are we performing today, measuring speeds, feeds, quality, scrap, yields, operator performance, machine performance, all kinds of things. It's really what I call the how am I running screens. And oftentimes that would actually flow back into ERP, or it might be shown in a factory on a TV screen somewhere, where we're just seeing these and-on displays or these TV displays to show how we're running. So in addition to the S95 standard and these 5 levels, Flexware layers on these 3 flows, the planning, execution, and monitoring flow, and it really aligns with our teams here at Flexware as well. So we have an automation integration team that kind of focuses down here in integrating these layers, HMI, SCADA, and PLC. We have a software development team that writes custom software and integrates software kind of in the planning and execution on into the monitoring phase. And then we have a business intelligence team that really focuses more on the monitoring and displaying of the information that comes out of these flows. So if you're interested in learning more about the model or how we address this for our customers, we'd love to have you visit our website at flexwareinnovation.com and learn more about it.